Uh, Hello, and welcome to another NBA Slate review for November 20th. So let's go over my lineups for tonight. I kind of only had one lineup that really popped, and it was this one. Tonight was pretty annoying with Golden State rolling everyone out, and kind of had to just play a lot of guessing on which Warriors would be the one, and basically no one did anything besides Pat Spencer off the bench at 30% ownership, which was kind of annoying, but yeah. It's nothing really special about this one. It's just a lot of the pieces going right, and I was a little more interested in Derek Queen at 1% than the field after he was announced starting. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much to say here. I was basically one Peyton Watson off of nuking, but it was kind of a tilting slate because I didn't think Nas Reed was the greatest play ever and he nuked. Although a lot of guys nuked, so Nas Reed didn't even end up being a gotta have it scorer. But yeah, it wasn't the most interesting to me. Anyway, before I get into it actually, I want to reflect on some things that happened today. So I think one thing is I'm very resistant to changing things. For example, like I've been overweight on Pascal Siakam like every single Pacers game pretty much, and like I feel like the numbers should support like Pascal having some positive regression at some point and having a gotta have it score at some point. But like I don't know, man. Like maybe I'm just on the wrong guys all the time, and then also I feel like ownership is just projected wrong a lot. Like I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Warriors, like Pat Spencer and Will Richard, were projected for like 40%, but neither of them came close to that. And like Marvin Bagley projected for like 50 or something, and he didn't come close to that either. Like I don't know. I feel like if there's like an obvious play that people think are overowned, it's actually not going to come in close to that ownership because no one wants to click it at the ownership. So it's like maybe I'm factoring ownership too much into account into my play when in actuality it's not like a given, and I should just be playing the good plays even if they look overowned because I mean I'll just let other people make the mistake of not playing it, I guess. Because maybe I'm just making the mistake by being too contrarian. Like I'm pretty sure Michael Porter Jr. the other day, he was a very clear good play. And he was massively owned, but I'm pretty sure he didn't come in as owned as he should be because people didn't want to play Giga Chalk Michael Porter Jr. But like, he was probably like the most optimal play on that slate, if not like one of the top. It's like I don't know, it's things like that where I guess I just don't need to force being contrarian in spots where I don't have to when there's very clear plays. But I still think like Pat Spencer was a little overowned, but is that even true though? Like he projected like mid 40s, came in at 30. It's like from that standpoint, like Pat Spencer is probably fine. But I still do maintain that like Nas Reed is overowned. I think the other thing is like I'm very resistant to buying into like a guy who I don't think is supposed to be a good point per minute guy who just is now. And that for me is like Con Canoopel. Like you can't deny that Canoopel has been incredible this year. And there's no real reason to speculate that it's gonna stop besides the fact that I guess you're just biased against him. Because like I played Summer League, right? Con Canoopel did not do anything close to this in Summer League. And he's just suddenly broken out in the actual NBA. Like but like you can't even deny what he's doing right now, because the minutes are incredible, and like you don't expect like 50 every night, but for 42 minutes, the prices on Canoodle every time are fine, and no one ever clicks Canoodle, and he just nukes it every time. And then last thing is like maybe I'm too reminiscent on last year. Like I keep wanting to see the Miles Bridges ceiling game, the Pascal Siakam ceiling game, but it just doesn't happen this year. And maybe that's just like not a thing anymore, you know? Like the conditions on the Hornets are different. There's a new center. There's Khan on the team. Like maybe Miles just doesn't have it like he does last year. And then like same thing as Pascal. Like, I don't really know what's different, but he's just like not a regular season guy or something. I don't fucking. And then like yeah, I don't know, but I think I need to change my mindset a bit moving forward. But anyway, let's just get into it. Clippers into Orlando. Hello? Where's my... Huh? Why can't I click? What? Bruh. Oh. Okay, I can click now. What was that, man? I mean, I like that spot for James Harden. 10k, big minutes. Good matchup under the Magic. So I have no issue with James Harden. With these conditions last game, we saw starters of Zubats, Collins, Dunn, and Sanders. Sanders actually played 30 minutes, but he's priced up to 4k now. And into his matchup against the Magic, who are pretty good into shooters, I just don't have as much interest in Kobe Sanders. And same with Bogdanovic. He came off the bench and played 26 minutes. I think that's a little bit of an overperformance, but yeah, it's not a great matchup for Bogdanovic either. But like you probably project Bogdanovic straight up over Kobe Sanders, but it's hard to have interest into either of them against Orlando. But yeah, Chris Dunn, it's kind of the exact same thing as the other two, but he has a bit more of like playmaking upside. But yeah, I think Dunn, Bogdanovic, and Sanders are like almost the same play, and they're pretty much priced the exact same too. So yeah, they're all just like okay to me. And then Batum will play like low 20s off the bench. He's in play as a dart, but no real confidence in him. It's not the greatest matchup for Zubats either, but he's fine. I think he's a little overpriced for this matchup, but I love James Harden. 10k, he'll do everything for this team. We'll play huge minutes. Yeah, no issue with Harden here. Great matchup for the Magic here. Paolo will remain out. I mean, I absolutely love Franz Wagner once again. I just don't think he's performing the way he should be. And like I mentioned earlier, like maybe I'm too reminiscent on last season, but I don't know. I just think that Franz Wagner has a much higher ceiling than he's shown. And he's playing huge minutes, 37, 36 every game with Paolo out. So I have no issue going back to Franz Wagner. I'm not afraid of this price point. Like, I don't mind him at all. I think he's one of the better spin ups on the slate. And then Desmond Bane, I like as well. 7,500. He'll play like 40 minutes. He's definitely in play for me. And then I have a lot of interest in Jalen Suggs as well. Minutes are ticking all the way up. He's playing low 30s minutes. He's a great point per minute this season. So I have no issue going to Jalen Suggs even at 6k. And then Wendell Carter Jr. is still not priced up for some reason. So yeah, I just fire up Wendell Carter Jr. again. And Tristan da Silva, man. Last game, he actually lost minutes to... I don't know why. Actually, didn't even know he lost minutes last game. What? But he played huge minutes in the first half. And then, I guess he just didn't close the game, and... who closed? Anthony Black closed instead. I mean, I guess that's in the range of outcomes, but Anthony Black, I think, was playing pretty well, and I don't think you expect Black to close the game over De Silva every time. And like, if you get the game where De Silva closes, then I have no issue with him, because he'll play like mid to high 30s minutes, and without Paolo this year, he's been pretty good, point per minute wise. So, and he was even good point per minute in the first half last game. Like, he put up 25.5 fantasy points in 30 minutes. So like, I like Tristan De Silva. People probably won't click him at 5K, especially since he didn't close last game. So I like De Silva, and I have no issue with Anthony Black either, but I probably wouldn't want to play the two together. And then Goga off the bench is playable as a dart throw, but I wouldn't play him with Wendell. Atlanta side, Trae Young's out, Porzingis is questionable, Risa is questionable. They both didn't play last game. I don't really have a lean on whether they play or not, but it's not really important to me because it doesn't really change that much. I pretty much have no interest in this Atlanta team besides Dyson Daniels. Again, maybe I'm reminiscent on last year, but like, Dyson Daniels just has a massive ceiling that I don't think he's realized yet. Like, he just hasn't been scoring the ball. He hasn't scored over 20 points a single time this game, or a single time this year, which I feel like he can totally do. And let's just check something real quick, which I probably should have checked before, but what does the ball handling role look like on Dyson Daniels in these last couple of games with Trae Young out? I mean, 12.5 potentials, 8.2 assists in this stretch, 60 passes made. How does that compare? I mean, that's as many potentials as Luka. So like, obviously Luka's potentials are like a little higher quality, but like, Dyson Daniels is averaging as many potentials as like guys like Luka and LaMelo. Well, he can also like score the ball a little more. He has steal and block upside. He can rebound the ball. Like, if Dyson Daniels gives you like over 20 points, like, there's no reason he can't put up a smash score. Like, no one wants to click Dyson Daniels. It doesn't scare me off Dyson Daniels if the questionables play. If the questionables do play, I feel like it hurts Jalen Johnson a lot more than it hurts Dyson. So, yeah, even if the questionables miss, I will probably be under the field on Jalen Johnson. I was very surprised he played 39 minutes this game, actually, but yeah. If the questionables do play, I don't think you see 40 minutes for Jalen Johnson or anywhere near that, but they're not like positionally conflicting with Daniels, so I still think Daniels' minutes will be the same. And then a little bit of interest in Okongwu if the questionables don't play, but like not really. He's just pretty pricey and a bad matchup. And if Porzingis and Risa are in, Okongwu's not playable. Nikhil's not playable either way. Kregi's too priced up, pretty much not playable either way also. So yeah, it's basically just Dyson Daniels for me. On the Spurs side, wasn't interested in Fox at 8.3K, not interested in Fox, $1,000 more. Just can't go there, the minutes are not good, and it's just way too pricey. I'm just not going to go there. And Devin Vassell I still have interest in though, he's going to play like mid-30s minutes. He was over a point per minute player without Wemby and Castle on the floor last season, so I do think a ceiling exists on Vassell. And then I have no issue going back to Luke Cornett. Just a crazy low side outlier. And I still am fine going back to Luke Cornett. I don't have an issue with him. Although at 5.8k he's not like a free square or anything. Last game we also saw Keldon Johnson come off the bench and play 30 minutes. I don't know if you expect that again. Calden. Yeah, Barnes played 32, Champagne 24. I mean, maybe you can expect that, but it's not a guarantee that Keldon closes the game, I guess. Like, you can see Sohan close it. You can also see Champagne close it, depending on who plays well. So, this last, like, 5-ish minute shift could realistically go to anyone. Although, I do think Keldon is the most likely. So, I like that 28-minute mark on average. Keldon is totally fine. And then Champagne's a little pricey to me. If he's going to be owned, I don't want any of it. And then Sohan playing low 20s minutes with a little bit of upside for more, I have interest in for value. And then Kelly Olynyk is very good point per minute, although the minutes aren't great. I have some interest in him, but I wouldn't play him with Cornette. And then the rest is not playable. Sacramento, this is a back-to-back here. Sabonis, if Sabonis plays, I have a lot of interest in him. The price is too cheap. It's an incredible matchup. He'll play a ton of minutes in a competitive game. And there's a chance that this is just sitting out the front end of the back-to-back. Yeah. So on the second end, you could see someone sit, although I don't really think anyone would. I think Keegan was expected to debut soon, but I don't know if it's... Yeah, he is expected to play against Memphis. So Keegan playing is a little bad for everyone else, because take away some minutes. Or you can just kick Keon out of the rotation or something, but I don't know. It's mainly just a bonus for me. If you see Westbrook start, yeah, sure, Westbrook's in play just because of how high the ceiling is, but that is very pricey for Westbrook. And then I don't mind taking a shot on DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine. Schroeder's been really good lately. I mean, I think he's in play just because of the minutes. He's played 30 plus minutes in back-to-back games. And then Monk is fine too. Now Memphis. Jaw's out. Jaren's not expected to play. Yeah. No Jerome, no Pippen, no Clark. So we should get starters of Vince Williams, Zach Edey, Cedric Howard, Jalen Wells, and one of KCP or Cam Spencer. So Spencer played 30 minutes last game, which is very appealing because Cam Spencer's a pretty good point per minute player. Did Jaren close the game? Yes, Jaren played the entire game. Okay. Okay. Based on that rotation, I don't think there's a huge minutes upside on Santi Aldama. I guess he could pick up this shift and close the game if he's playing well. But I don't think that's where the Grizzlies are trying to go. You could see 30 minutes for Santi. If Santi plays 30, he's a good play. But we also just seen him not play into the 30s, and you're pretty much hoping that he plays into the 30s for him to be worth it at that price. And then Coward and Edey were on a limit. The minutes on Edey did not tick up at all. So he's kind of hard to get to, but definitely still has a very high ceiling, so he's still in play. And then this is kind of worrying. The minutes on Coward didn't tick up at all, but it has been 2 games. So if Coward is off a limit next game, I would have a lot of interest in Coward. But he's a little hard to get to at 6.3k if he's only going to play 26 minutes. Vince Williams, 30 minutes last game. He'll do a bit of everything. Good point per minute. I like Vince Williams, assuming he starts. And then I like Cam Spencer too. It's really good minutes, good matchup in Sacramento. So yeah. And then I actually think that Jalen Wells is in play for value just because of how short-handed Memphis is, and we don't really have a lot of great value on the slate. And then, I mean, Landale, maybe. The minutes aren't great though. And then, yeah, can't really go to KCP. So for Memphis, it's mainly Coward, Vince, and Spencer, assuming Coward isn't on the limit, and then Santi. Philly side, this is a back-to-back. I don't think anyone sits though, although Embiid could play. Since it's the second out of the back-to-back. The thing is, like, Embiid has missed a long period of time again. So, I just don't know how much he can play. Like, we kind of saw him taking up in minutes in the high 20s. But then he just missed, like, what, 2 weeks again? So I have no confidence in the minutes in Joel Embiid. And I don't really want to go there. And then, I think Paul George could also play on the second end of the back-to-back. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't, so I'm expecting Embiid and George to play, and Maxey should be in as well. And we should get started as a Maxey, Edgecombe, George, Embiid, and Barlow. The thing with Barlow is, like, he's kind of just a spot start. Like, he won't start the second half a lot of the time, so he's hard to get to. And then Maxey is, like, a little hard to get to as well, with George and Embiid back, but I'm pretty sure Maxey's actually been higher point per minute this season while Embiid's been on the floor compared to when he's off. So if people are going to be afraid of Maxey because these people are playing, then, like, I have no issue going back to Maxey. Drummond's dead with Embiid in. And then Edgecombe and Grimes are fine. Milwaukee side, I mean, just Giannis is out. So, yeah. Kuzma is very expensive, but, like, technically, like, if you believe the numbers, and Kuzma plays, like, these mid to high 30s minutes, like, he's playable, but it's a very disgusting click. And then Miles is fine, Rollins is fine. These guys are really expensive. It's like, even with Giannis out, it's not easy to get to anyone here. Like, AJ Green at 5-1? Like, even if with 40 minutes, like I'm not even that interested in clicking AJ Green. Like, 6'5 Portis, that's pretty hard to get to. I guess if I were to click anyone, it would probably be Miles Turner. Like, it's just not great all around. And I guess Cole Anthony's also fine. Like, even without Giannis, this team is so pricey. Like, I can't even get to anyone. Yeah. I mean, overall, value's not great. So you're probably going to look to the Memphis bench. Probably going to look to the Clippers guys. Yeah. And then the Spurs guys as well. And I also have a lot of interest in Tristan De Silva. Spend ups are pretty straightforward on this slate. I like Maxey, I like Harden. These two are, like, overpriced to me, and then I really like Franz. So I'm gonna start doing this thing where I just go position by position and try to point out which positions are, like, really weak and which are very strong. So just to, like, see which position it's, like, worth to get disgusting at. It's like point guard feels very strong, right? Like, there's Maxey, Harden, Daniels, Vassell, Suggs. So what this tells me is, like, do I have to click a disgusting Ryan Rollins? No, because there's just so many other good point guards. Like, if you, like, delete Maxey, Harden off the slate, then, like, yeah, maybe I want to click Ryan Rollins more, because now, like, the opportunity cost is, like, Westbrook and Fox, which, like, it's like they're equally as disgusting as Rollins. So, yeah, I think point guard's a pretty strong role. You know, shooting guard is the one that's, like, little bit disgusting. So I think the value shooting guards are going to get a lot of ownership based on just this list of guys. Like, the most appealing is probably like Bogdanovich, Dunn, and Kobe Sanders. And then you might see Anthony Black get steamed for no reason because he played 30 plus, but no guarantee Anthony Black closes. So I'm fine taking shots on like Edgecombe Grimes, and I like Bane as a shooting guard. Even then, not clicking Nikhil at all. And then because of this list, like, I'm kind of a little inclined to click Zach LaVine. So, and Dennis Schroeder. Small forward. It's a relatively disgusting position. What is Vassell's positionality, by the way? Point guard, small forward. Yeah, I mean, there's Kobe Sanders. Bogdanovich not listed as a forward. I mean, this is not a bad position at all. Like, there's Franz, Vassell, Coward, Keldon, Vince, obviously. Champagny, Krejci, Da Silva. Small forward's not that bad of a position, but all of these guys are like, they're not like musts. Like, they're not like, oh, this guy's gonna smash and I'm really missing out if I don't have him. And I just really like prioritizing Franz in this spot. Power forward's kind of the bad one. But you can just like stick Vince there. It's like your clear most optimal, but I guess I don't mind going to Contrarian John Collins, but he's just been terrible. And then Watford, Gabe, Barlow can't do. I mean, I don't mind Sochan actually. It's like Sochan for me, and then Calden, Santi are fine. I think this is a position you can get weird at. Like, people might condense on Jalen Johnson just because of how good he's been, but that is pricey, and I feel like he's been outperforming his expectation a lot. Yeah, and then and center is generally a good position, but honestly, it's not that great tomorrow. Like, the starting centers on the slate, Embiid, Zubats, Porzingis, and like, they're all kinda like, you don't really have confidence in those guys. And then scroll down, like, Edie on a limit, like, and then there's like these two, Cornette and Wendell Carter, who are probably your like two clear center plays on the slate. And then who did I miss? Definitely missed two centers. Oh, Sabonis. Yeah, I mean, he's just. I have a lot of interest in Domantas Sabonis. Looking at this list of centers, like, if you want to spend up for center, I would much rather just pay an extra 1,000 to get up from like this disgusting Embiid, Zubats, Porzingis tier and just go to Sabonis instead. And then I'm also totally fine going $1,000 down to take a shot on Zach Edey and hope that he has like the massive ceiling game. It's like, I don't think these three have a ceiling anywhere near Sabonis, but I also think that like Edey, Cornette, Wendell all have a similar ceiling to like the Embiid, Zubats, Porzingis. Like, yeah, generally Porzingis, I mean, not like Zubats, in theory, like has a high ceiling. Well, like, in theory, Embiid has a high ceiling, but I have no confidence in the minutes. And, like, in theory, Porzingis also has a really high ceiling, but like also no confidence in the minutes and the role in this team as well. Like, yeah. And then I just don't like the matchup for Zubats, which is why, like, not really into him as much. I think it's like Edey has a really low resistance matchup into Sacramento, into Sabonis. So, yeah, I don't mind Edey. And then I think he's relatively similar to Wendell and Cornette, although those two are way more optimal, but will also be way higher owned. And then the last starting center is Miles Turner, which is like, yeah, he's also kinda in the disgusting range. Like, he played 37 minutes this game, but like, what does Miles Turner do as a number one option? Probably not that much. So yeah, for center, it's Sabonis far and away from me, and then Wendell Carter. These four, like, sure, but just no confidence in them. So yeah, overall, I like spending up in positions that I don't think people are gonna spend up in. Like, I think the chalk spend ups are gonna be Maxi Harden, Jalen Johnson, Fox. And then I could see Sabonis being high owned, but I don't know if people want to click that yet. So I am pretty interested in dropping $1,000 down off of these guys and spending up for Franz Wagner and Sabonis. I think that's a very interesting way to go about it, and it also is different position than these guys. Like, most people will be spending up for like guard and forward, but you have Franz Wagner and Sabonis as spin ups instead of small forward and center. And then it also gives you access to like a Dyson Daniels on the mid range, who no one is going to click either. Like, you can get a very unique build spending up at like small forward center and then going for like a mid range guy or like a kind of value guy at the point guard spot instead of like a Harden Maxi. Like clicking a Vassell, clicking a Suggs, even like Anthony Black, Cam Spencer, Bogdanovich. So that's probably the way I'm gonna play it tomorrow, unless we get some unexpected news. But yeah, kind of wanted to go a little bit more in depth into thinking about the way I'm going to play the slate myself tomorrow, just because I want to have this stuff documented. And as I've said, like, it's been a pretty rough stretch for me. So yeah, thank you and good luck.